Hi, in this video we'll learn how to graph the linear equations. And my equation is 5x plus 2y equals 6, which is in the standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. This equation is in standard form. First of all, I'm going to convert that into the slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, and then I'm going to graph this equation. So to convert this equation to slope-intercept form, all we need to do is to get y by itself. This equation is y equals mx plus b. So if I can get y by itself, I'll be able to convert this equation to slope-intercept form. Now to get y by itself, I'm going to first eliminate 5x. So we're going to subtract 5x from both sides of the equation, and we're going to continue using the inverse operation until we get y by itself. And we're going to solve this equation for y just like we solved the linear equations. We use the inverse operation to isolate the variable. So 5x minus 5x is going to be 0. This is gone. I have 2y on the left-hand side, and this is equal to 6 minus 5x. I cannot combine these terms because these are unlike terms. Now to get y by itself, I can divide my equation by 2 on both sides. So I'm going to divide all my terms by 2. 2 and 2 is going to cancel out each other, or 2 divided by 2 is going to be 1. And we got y here on the left-hand side. Here 6 divided by 2 is going to give me 3 minus 5 half x. Now, since my equation is y equals mx plus b, we have the x term to be written first, right? So I'm going to rewrite this equation as y equals, I'm going to write this term first because we need our x term to be written first. Negative 5 half x, and then plus 3 because 3 is positive. Now, I got this equation in the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Now, I can easily identify my slope and the y-intercept. So, remember that m represents the slope of the equation, and b represents the y-intercept. Okay, so looking at this equation, I can say that the y-intercept is positive 3. So b is equal to positive 3, and the slope is the coefficient of x. Here you see that m is the coefficient of x and m is the slope. So here the coefficient of x is negative 5 halves. So I'm going to say that slope is equal to negative 5 halves. Now since we identified our slope and the y-intercept, we can go ahead and graph our equation. Let's start with the y-intercept. We always start with the y-intercept. Y-intercept is positive 3. Well, the y-intercept is where the graph crosses the y-axis. Since my y-intercept is 3, the line will cross the y-axis at positive 3. And we're looking at the y-axis and the positive 3. That point is this. Right, so I'm going to graph this point, and you can also think it this way. This is the y-intercept, and y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. And remember, at that point your x-coordinate is always 0. So basically this point is 0, 3. And if I need to graph this point, it's exactly this point, 0, 3, right? Now I'm going to use my slope to find some other points, because since I need to graph my line, I need a few more points to graph the line. So remember that slope is rise over run, right? This is rise over run. And rise is basically the change in the y value, and run is basically the change in the x value. So rise over run is change in y over change in x value. Now you see that my slope is negative 5 halves. My rise is positive if I go up, and my rise is going to be negative if I go down. The same way, my run is going to be positive if I move to the right, and my run is going to be negative if I move to the left. Since my rise is negative 5, that means I have to go down 5. So I'm going to start from this point and go down by 5 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see, my run is 2. That means I need to go to the right by 2 units. So I was at this point, 1 and 2. So my another point is this one. So what I did is, since my rise was negative 5, instead of going up, I go down. I go down by 5 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then run was positive 2. Since run is positive, I'm going to go to the right by 2 units. And we can graph more points using this slope. I can keep doing this. I can go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and over 2 to the right 2, and I got one more point here. Now, if I need a few more points on the left-hand side of the y-intercept, I can again start with my y-intercept now. Now, think about this. This is negative 5 halves. I can also write this as 5 over negative 2. Basically, these two are the same. Now, my rise is positive now. That means I can go up 5. So I'm going to go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since my run is negative 2, I'm going to go to the left 2. So 1 and 2, and I got my other point. And I can keep doing that to plot some more points on the graph. But since I got 4 points, I'm just going to connect these points to make a nice straight line. And you can see that I've got a nice straight line. That's all in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to this channel and want to see more videos on other math topics, be sure to subscribe down below and share it with your friends. See you in the next video.